Hey guys, it's Michael, and I'm back with another Let's Build video. Today, I'm going to be building the Kinzville Academy, or at least 4 rooms that you would see in the Kinzville Academy. So let's get right to it. The first room I'm going to build at the Kinzville Academy is the school gymnasium. And here you can see I have already added my school gymnasium wallpaper and flooring to this room. It's a large indoor room, and I think the flooring and wallpaper looks amazing. This flooring and wallpaper is actually from the e-store, but you can win it by playing the Teacher's Pet Challenge. Of course, the challenges are listed right along the left side of your room right here. Each one is represented by an icon, and if you click on those icons, you can review your tasks and see the prizes that you'd be playing for. Now, the Teacher's Pet Challenge is unlocked very early on in the game, so if you haven't played it yet, keep playing those challenges and you'll see it soon. I'm just going to add 3 dance recital chairs to the right side of the wall. I think they work perfectly in the gym because they're fold-up chairs, and those are the types of chairs that you would see in a gym like this. Next, I'm going to add 3 basketballs, and I'm just going to scatter them on the floor here so it looks like maybe there was just a team practice or something like that, and the players forgot to fully clean up the gym. I'm just going to add another chair here. It's a student chair. I'm going to add that in the back corner here. This really reinforces that this is a school gymnasium, and of course, and sometimes chairs go missing from the classroom, and in this case, one ended up in the gym. You can find the classroom clock as part of the school theme in the W shop, and I'm going to add one right to my gym here in this corner. That looks very nice. And one final item I'm going to add to the gym is going to be the scoreboard clock. This is from the sports fan theme in the W shop. I'm going to add it to the left corner there because it's a gymnasium, and every gymnasium needs a scoreboard to keep track of the score. This one's actually a clock, and it tells the time too, so it's a pretty neat item. So there you go. There's the first room in the Kinzville Academy. It's the school gym. I was just looking at this and I thought, hey, you know what? Imagine if you really wanted to take this to the next level and maybe role play that you'd have a school assembly. You could buy a whole bunch of these dance recital chairs and just line them up here facing the stage, and you can have your very own school assembly. That's a lot of fun. So now we're going to continue on, and I'm going to put together a school hallway. So I've bought a medium indoor room to create my school hallway, and I've already added the wallpaper and flooring to this room. It's the school hallway wallpaper. You can find that one in the W shop. You need e-store points to buy it. It's only 2,000 points, but I needed to add it to my hallway because it just worked perfectly. It's on the first page of the walls and floors section of the W shop. And then I added the fantastic fantasy flooring. That one's in the W shop. It is available for Kinz Cash. Now let's continue. I'm just again going to add just a few more items to this. Remember that classroom clock that we added to the gym? I'm going to add one to the hallway here. I'm actually going to add one to all 4 rooms of the Kinzville Academy because that type of clock is a staple in any school. This is a hallway, and I thought that the hallway would need a trophy case because most schools like to show off their trophy cases, and there it was a perfect trophy case in the W shop. It was part of the dance recital theme. It's the Prima Ballerina trophy case. Now I'm going to add that right underneath this bulletin board here. This bulletin board and plaque and actually speaker that you see on the wallpaper was actually, I didn't add those into the room. They were actually already incorporated into that school hallway wallpaper, and they look great. So there's that trophy case. I'm also going to add, I think, one more thing, and that is, I've used this one in a previous Let's Build video, but it's a fire extinguisher, and this is part of the Webkinz prize pool that you can get by spinning the Wheel of WoW 15 times by completing a whole week of daily Kinz Care, and there's also a chance that you can win one during that wacky log out carnival. Now, you would find fire extinguishers in lots of different schools, and I'm going to add one right here, right underneath that plaque, and there you go. All I had to do was add 3 items, the clock, the trophy case, and the fire extinguisher, and already it's really looking like a school hallway. So that was the first 2 rooms, the gym and the hallway, and we're going to move right along, and I'm going to build a school library for you. All right, here we go. I'm using a large indoor room for the school library, and I've already added my wall, my flooring, and a few windows. This is how I would picture the interior of one of the rooms to look like. I'm using the classroom carpet flooring from the W Shop for my flooring, and also from the W Shop, they're part of the condo theme, I've added 5 Chic City windows to the left wall there. And I've grouped 3 of them together here, and I've grouped 2 of them together here to really make it look like a large school. The first group of things that I'm going to add are library bookshelves, and I'm going to add 5 of them to the room, and I'm just going to line 3 of them along this back wall here. So there's my first one. I'm going to put 2 more here. These are looking really great, and I've mentioned this before, but really a trick to make it seem like these aren't 3 identical bookshelves, you can take one and rotate it so it really looks like the books are arranged on the shelf different than the other 2 shelves that are on either side of that middle one. And I'm going to add another one along the back wall here where the windows are. And I'm just going to rotate that and place it along the left side of the wall, right underneath the windows. And I'm going to add the 5th and final bookshelf of my library right just in front of the one that I just added. Now let's block out a little reading area right here. I'm going to block them out by using cubby hole cabinets that you can find in the W Shop. They are part of the school theme. So I'm going to group 2 together right there, and I'm just going to add 1 more to block off that left corner there, and we're going to turn that, as you'll see, into a little reading area of the library. Now this south corner here, I'm going to make a little computer workstation out of this area, so all the students coming to the library can do some research on their computers. So these are the classroom workstations. They're new to the school theme this year. I love them. I think they look great, and I'm just gonna place 6 in this south corner here. I'm gonna line them up so those students can have a place to do some research. Let me just rotate this one and tuck it right in. Now, of course, we're going to need some chairs for those workstation. These ones are called teacher's chairs, but I actually really like them because they look like something that you would find in a computer lab. So they work really well with the computer workstation, and I'm going to add a few of them right here. Just going to scatter them around, and just going to add them in front of the workstations here. But actually, I'm only going to add 5 of these because, you know what? Again, in schools, chairs always go missing, so I think that it would just look too perfect if you had a chair in front of every computer. So I'm going to leave a couple of these computers without chairs. This right corner here is looking kind of blank, so we need to add something there. So I've decided that I'm going to add a little study area where the students can do their homework or catch up on some reading. So I'm going to add the country home dining table. That's from the country theme of the W Shop. I'm going to add that right here. I'll rotate that table, and I'm going to tuck it in right close to the wall, and then I'm going to add some student chairs to this table. Now I'm going to add 6 to the table so that there's lots of places for these students to come do their homework in the Kinzville Academy library. Let's rotate those ones so that they're all fitting nicely around the table. We're almost done. I'll just add 1 more, and that's looking pretty nice. Another prize that we added this year that is new to the school theme is called the Library Lounger, and I'm going to add 5 of those into the reading area here. They look like beanbag chairs, and they look like really cozy, comfortable beanbag chairs. I'd love to sit in one of these chairs in the library and read a nice book. So let's add those here. I'm just going to add 1 more and face it in this direction and tuck it right against that cubby. So the Boogers times table poster is available from the school theme, and I'm going to add that to the reading area right here over that chair. I'm also, remember, I always said every single room you'd find one of these classroom clocks, so we're going to have to add a classroom clock to the library, and I'm going to do that right above those books right there, and it fits perfectly onto the wall. A couple more wall decorations to really make this room look like a school library. And there it is again, that fire extinguisher. I love it because it really reinforces that these areas are not in a residential house. And I'm going to add a pennant poster. You can find this one in the W shop. I'm going to add that right above this bookshelf so that, well, that's definitely showing some school spirit being displayed in the library. Now, finally, you can find books. We actually have books in the W shop that you can add to your room, click on and read. And because it's a library, I thought we definitely had to add some books here. So you can find the books in the fun stuff section of the W shop under books, the subcategory books. And I've purchased 3. And I'm just going to spread these out in my library so that it looks like there's been a lot of students here busy in the library having a fun time reading their books. So for my final room of the Kinzville Academy, I'm going to build a classroom, but it's not going to be just any classroom. It's going to be one of my favorite classes. It's going to be an art class. So that is going to be a lot of fun to build. As you can see, I've already added the walls, the floor, and 4 windows to this room. To be consistent, I'm using the same type of wall as I did in the library. And those are the elegant exposed brick walls that can be found in the condo theme in the W shop. Those windows there are also from the condo theme, and those are the chic city windows. Now for the flooring, I decided because it was an art class, I would have to use hardwood floor instead of carpeting because, paint, it would be really hard to get out of that carpet. So I've decided to use the Webkinz cabin flooring, and it really works perfectly with the brownish red bricks that you can see on the walls. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some tables where the students would sit. Now, we didn't have desks in our art class when I went to school, but we did have these large metallic tables with stools in front of them where the students could sit. So I decided to recreate that here, and so I'm going to add the Omni-glass dining tables from the W shop there, and I'm also going to use some stools that I found in the general store theme in the W shop. These are the white wood stools, and I'm going to add a few of them here in front of those dining tables to really make it look like an art class. So let me add 4 tables in total here. They're all going to be facing the front of the class, and I'm really using the south corner there as my area where the students would sit and listen to their art teacher. And of course, I'm going to add some stools to these front tables as well. Now that we have a place for the students to sit, we'll need a place for the teacher to sit. But first, I'm going to add some classroom chalkboards from the school theme, and I'm going to add those right to the front of the class. And these will sit right behind the teacher and the teacher's desk. So there we go. The art teacher can do some demonstrations on the blackboards for the students. Now the teacher's desk is from the school theme at the W shop. I'm going to add it in the room there and face it towards the students. I'm also going to add one of those teacher's chairs right behind the desk so the teacher has somewhere to sit. Now let's continue building this art class, and we're going to need to put some decorations on these walls to really make it look like an art class. So, well, let's start with that classroom clock because, every classroom needs a classroom clock. I'm going to put that right in between these 2 blackboards, right along there. I'm going to take a student chair, put it right here because there's another one of those chairs that has somehow ended up in the art class. It is an art class, so we're definitely going to need to have some pieces of art that maybe the students had been working on hung up all around in the classroom. So in the creative studio theme, there's 2 great posters. There's a volcano poster and there's a beanstalk poster, and they really look like pieces of art that are in progress, and they're also nice and big that you can use to hang up on your pet's wall. So there you go. And actually, if you can see, they're held up by little pieces of tape. So it definitely looks like something that would be in an art class. I'm going to add one to either wall there, and on the right side wall, right next to that beanstalk painting, I'm going to put an art painting wall art picture and hang it up right next to that big poster. So there's lots of different art supplies that you need in your art class. So I was picturing that there would definitely be some filing cabinets there filled with art supplies and filled with papers and things that the students could use in their art class. So I found these cubic contour cabinets in the W shop. I'm going to add 2 of them. One of them is going to be added right to the left of that poster, and the other one behind the teacher's desk right in the left corner. So there you go. We're going to continue on in this back corner here and just add a few more items. There is that cubbyhole cabinet from the school theme that I'm going to add. I'm also going to add a sink, an art sink, because all those students are going to definitely need a place to wash up after they're finished creating all this art. And next to that sink, I'm going to put an art station. Now, I love these art stations because they're so colorful and you can see all the different art supplies on them. I'm going to add one more art station and tuck it just under that picture. Of course, what this art class is missing are some easels. So I'm going to have to add those in there. And I'm going to add 4 easels right to this right corner. I love these easels. They're really cool. If you can see, it looks like there's a painting that has just been started on there. But actually, if you click on an easel in play mode, the painting magically is created on that canvas. And actually, the painting is exactly the same as the painting that's on the wall here. So it looks like the students have been given an assignment to create this landscape painting. And there's one right on the wall there that everybody can use as a reference and follow. One item that's part of the creative theme in the W shop is the fashion fabric rolls. I'm going to add those just above the cubby holes to make it look like there's lots of different supplies in this art class. We also have a really neat item. It's also part of the creative theme, and it's the potter's wheel. I would definitely picture that this art class would have a potter's wheel, but I'm just going to add one, and that's actually going to tuck in really nicely right in front of that sink right there. The last thing that I'm going to add is just one little white stool in front of the painting on the easel. So there you go. There it is. There's the art class. It's all ready to go and ready to have students come on in here and be creative. I hope that you liked this Let's Build video. I just showed you how to build 4 different rooms that would be part of the Kinzville Academy: the gym, the hallway, the library, and art class. Do you have ideas for other rooms that you could add to a Kinzville Academy? If you do, why not create your own Let's Build video and add it to YouTube? Just make sure that you use Webkinz Room Designs as part of the title so that we can find it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Click to play Webkinz or watch more videos.